Good afternoon. We are the Mad Planners, and this is our final group project created by Julie Gonzalez,
Haley Benor,
Victoria Caballero,
Brittany Largent,
and Taylor Witten.
This semester in our account planning and strategy class, we have gone through many different team projects, learning how to do secondary research, qualitative research, quantitative research, as well as what it takes to immerse ourselves into the consumer's mind to develop the best strategy and insight possible to deliver a creative team for a selected client. All of this work has led us up to this project, and our new client is Levi's. To give a little bit of background about Levi's, here are a few key milestones throughout their history. In 1853, Levi Strauss opened up his first business, selling dry goods to general stores around the American West. In 1873, Strauss and Jacob Davis received a patent of riveting pants and began making copper-riveted waist overalls, which is what they used to call jeans. In San Francisco, carrying on Strauss's legacy due to him passing in 1902, Levi's introduced Lady Levi's, the very first blue jeans made for women, in 1934. And in just 2 short years later, they introduced the first red tab, which has continued to be a Levi's trademark. With ever-growing popularity, Levi's opened factories throughout Europe and Asia and in 1965.
Keeping up with technology, in 1966, Levi's aired their very first commercial. As well as technology, Levi's found it was important to use their platform to speak out against civil injustices and induced Project Change, an initiative to fight institutional racism in Levi and Strauss company communities. Also in 1991, the very first original Levi's store was opened in the United States in Columbus, Ohio. And lastly, on the topic of women, as we will discuss later, in 1993, Levi's launched their Women Breaking the Mold campaign, which dismantles stereotypes about women in American advertising. This was named one of the most important commercials launched in the past 50 years. All of this sounds like they know what they were doing, right? Well, what's the problem then? Levi's is struggling to connect with young women aged 20 to 35.
why and what are these women looking for? Well, according to months-long research, the women we surveyed, as well as information taken from secondary research, has told us that they are looking for innovation in a multitude of brands, sustainability when it comes to the practices of the stores they shop at, and most importantly, inclusion in all departments, meaning gender, race, and all body types. Another problem Levi's has run into in the year of 2020 is coronavirus. As we all know, this has deeply impacted communities all over the world and is still impacting businesses to this day. Taking a deeper dive into our research, here's what we found.
The company. Levi was founded in 1853 by Levi Strauss. The brand is 167 years old and is still relevant today. Though originally selling clothing for just men, they now have clothes for both men and women and are very inclusive, wanting to bring everyone together. Levi sells everything from denim and jeans and jackets to graphic tees and sneakers. You can find Levi's clothing at department stores, Levi's storefronts, as well as Target and outlet stores.
As far as the category, Levi's created stronger pants for working men known as jeans. Now with about 364 million pairs total of women's jeans were purchased in the US in the ending of 12 months, starting in February 2019, with more than half of the sales were bought while on sale. Women's online jean buyers are also spending and purchasing more frequently than usual. The average online annual spend per buy for women's jeans was 4% increase that compared to last year's, and purchases for women's jeans online are twice a year on average.
Target consumers and purchasers are women aged 20 to 35. This age group would be considered millennials and Gen Z. These generations are forthright in speaking out about what they want more so than eras before them. Their predominant demand for clothing is authenticity, ethical resourcing, and sustainable retail practices.
The current climate of culture is influenced by the Millennial and Generation Z generations, who have surpassed the baby boomers. They are the most educated and diverse generation yet. Additionally, they are tech savvy, value face-to-face interaction, and are activists. They have healthy eating habits and watch their news on YouTube, unlike previous generations.
In our qualitative research, we created a survey and distributed it to over 100 women in our targeted age range. In this, we found that our main competitors were American Eagle, Abercrombie & Fitch, Target, Wrangler, and Old Navy. We also found that though quite a few of our consumers actually like Levi's, most didn't prefer to stick to just one brand of jean. When asking women what played the biggest role in their jean selection, their main contributors were comfort and style, as well as 60% of women said fashion is highly valued when purchasing their jeans.
In the last part of the survey, we asked women if they would ever consider purchasing a pair of Levi's, and 90% of them said yes, as well as their experience being mostly 3 or 4 out of 5 in terms of style, fit, and comfort. For the women that answered no, when asked if they would consider buying a pair of Levi's, we asked them why, and here's what they said. Mostly, they would require more options as far as fit and better pricing options. After conducting all of this research, this is the creative brief that we came up with. So what's the problem to solve? We needed to increase Levi jean sales among women aged 20 to 35. Our insight is, when looking at the summary results, we find that females aged 20 to 35 prefer to buy from several brands for their jeans and don't have loyalty to just one brand. Levi's biggest competition, again, is American Eagle and Abercrombie & Fitch. Additionally, comfort, price, and overall fit were their motivating factors for purchasing jeans. So we need to get young women who are just trying to feel confident included with their body shape while trying to save money to turn to Levi's for their jean purchases by showing them how many different styles and pricing options Levi's offers. Thank you for watching our presentation.